Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be talking about all of the Blu-ray and 4K pickups that I picked up for the month of August 2022. So yeah, I've got like 40 titles here I think. So yeah, I'm just going to try and run through them as quickly as possible because I don't want this video to be super long. So yeah, that being said, just going to get straight into the titles that I picked up this month. I got quite a few throwaway titles this month. The movies that primarily I'd seen before, but just wanted to sort of update to Blu-ray from DVD. So yeah, I'm going to run through some of these titles here. So the first one I picked up was Crazy Heart with Jeff Bridges. Got this quite cheap on Amazon, so yeah, I thought I'd pick this one up. I really did like the film. Had it on DVD for the longest time, so thought I'd upgrade it to Blu-ray. Next up, we've got a great film from the early 90s I really enjoy. It's Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Wonderful cast in this movie. Kathy Bates and Jessica Tandy. Really enjoy this film. You know, it's one that I probably wouldn't think I wouldn't like, but yeah, I have a great time with it. Next one I picked up was A Few Good Men. Absolutely stellar cast in this movie. Not a movie I enjoyed the first time I actually watched it. It took me a while to sort of get on board with this film. Took some time to sort of grow on me, but yeah, as an adult now, really dig this movie. Some absolute powerhouse acting in this film, just wonderful. Next up, we've got an animated classic in my opinion. Just love this. We've got The Iron Giant. Haven't checked it out on Blu-ray yet, but wanted to update this one because it's just a great film that I just really love. Next up, we've got Warrior with Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy. Again, not a movie I liked the first time I saw it, but on rewatch, yeah, really understood it a hell of a lot more, and just got some great acting in, and wanted to get this on Blu-ray. So it took me a while to get this on Blu-ray because I thought it had gone out of print, and just couldn't really get my hands on a copy of it. So eventually found one on Amazon quite cheap, and yeah, just decided to pull the trigger on it. So yeah, that's Warrior. Next up, we've got a remake. I talked about the original movie. I picked it up, I think, last month, and it's a John Carpenter film, and it's not regarded as one of his best, but I really like this movie, so I picked up on Blu-ray Village of the Damned. Really enjoy this one. I think it's quite an underrated 90s horror film with some good atmosphere in it and a great cast too. And also picked up The Last of the Mohicans, great Daniel Day-Lewis film, really atmospheric this movie. I just absolutely love it. I wanted to see what it looks like on Blu-ray. Not got round to watching it yet, but yeah, thought I'd pick this one up as well. So yeah, next picked up just a couple more titles. These were again some sort of first time watches for me. So I've got a 70s movie with Gregory Peck and Laurence Olivier, and that is The Boys from Brazil. Went into this not knowing much about it, and it's a very sort of Nazi-based movie, shall we say. And yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was a good film. I thought the ending to it was superb. Really enjoyed it. Really tense stuff. Yeah, Gregory Peck's great in this movie. So is Laurence Olivier as well. He's great as this sort of like this Nazi hunter. And yeah, I just had a good time with this movie. Thought it was good. Some parts of it were quite brutal for me. But yeah, really enjoyed the film overall. Had a great time with it. Next I picked up The Shallows. I've seen a few people on YouTube talk about this movie, so I thought I'd pull the trigger on it and give it a go, see what it's like. And yeah, I thought it was good. It's a shark movie. It's going to be nowhere in the same sort of category as Jaws in terms of quality, but for what it is, it's a good standalone shark movie, and I had a good time with it. So yeah, that is The Shallows. Next I picked up a horror movie that I'd actually seen some of this on TV growing up, and it's one of those movies where you saw a clip and you can remember the clip, but you don't know what movie it's from. And the movie that is that's Ghoulies. It's not a great movie by any means, no, but I must say it was entertaining to say the least in a bad way. But yeah, I had a fun time with it. Nothing special, but I like the movie. Glad I picked it up on Blu-ray, and I'll probably watch it again sometime in the future. But yeah, it's daft fun. So yeah, that's Ghoulies. Right, this next one I thought was massively underrated. Again, a movie I went into knowing nothing about, and one of the most brutal and just epic revenge films I've seen, and I had a great time with it. So that is Blue Ruin. I thought this movie was superb. I really, really liked it. I thought the acting from the main lead in particular was superb. I don't think I've seen him in any other film apart from this, but my word, I was hooked by this movie. I just really, really dug it. Just had a great time with it. So yeah, that is Blue Ruin. Also picked up a movie. I think it came out last year. Heard very, very mixed things about it. So picked up Spiral with Chris Rock, and I thought this movie was okay. It's probably a solid 6 out of 10 for me. Can understand some of the hating this. Some of the acting's not the best. Some of the cast are a bit, you can tell they're a bit out of their depth. But yeah, for me overall, I just thought it was fine. It didn't offend me in any way, shape or form. I just thought it was okay at best, and just had an alright time with it. So yeah, that is Spiral. Next, I picked up a couple of Arrow titles. So the first one I picked up was Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. Not a great movie by any means, but I've got to say, I kind of like this one. I kind of was entertained by it, and yeah, I really like the setting of this mall. Pauly Shore's in this movie as well, which is usually the kiss of death, but I love Pauly Shore. I just think he's hilarious, even in a bad way as well. I don't know. There's just something about his movies lately that I've been watching. I recently watched Son-in-Law, and I thought that movie was pretty good, and it was just a nice surprise to see him in this as well. So yeah, that is Phantom of the Mall. Next, I picked up on Arrow as well, Wreck. Yeah, I thought this was a great sort of found footage movie that didn't overstay its welcome in any way, shape or form. The ending got me, it really scared me. Was quite the surprise. But yeah, overall, thought this movie was really good. I haven't seen any of the sequels yet, but hopefully if they're as good as this one, I'll check them out. So yeah, that is Wreck. And from Arrow as well, this is the last Blu-ray Arrow I picked up. I did get a 4K Arrow as well this month. But yeah, I picked up The Wind on Blu-ray, and this movie was okay. It was okay. It wasn't the best. Great premise, but poor execution in my opinion. But yeah, just thought it was okay. So yeah, that is The Wind. Next, I picked up a movie from this year. I went to cinema to see this movie, and I've got to say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've seen the TV show, and yeah, it's not like my favourite TV show of all time. It never will be. But yeah, I picked up Downton Abbey, A New Era, and yeah, if anyone who's seen this movie, let me know down below. Did anyone else get vibes of the artist from this movie? Because I certainly did. And yeah, I just had a great time with it. I just thought it was my favourite part of the movie. Probably was the whole subplot of this movie that's being shot at the Abbey itself, and the story that sort of developed with the cast that was in that movie, and how sort of the times were changing of cinema, moving from silent movies to talkies. And I just thought this dealt with it really well. That was my favourite subplot of the movie. And yeah, I just had a good time with it. I thought it was great. I liked the first movie as well. And yeah, I just thought I'd pick up the sequel because I had a great time with it at the cinema. So yeah, that is Downton Abbey, A New Era. Picked up another sequel as well. Sonic 2. Yeah, had a wonderful time with this at the cinema. I liked the first movie a lot as well, and the second one really held up for me as too. Had a great time with it. There's two sequences in this movie that just dragged for me that I would have taken out and scrapped completely. But other than that, I was entertained by this movie. I had a great time with it. So yeah, that is Sonic 2. Picked up a classic from my childhood, even though this movie probably shouldn't be from your childhood. So yeah, picked up on Blu-ray South Park, Bigger, Longer and Uncut, and yeah, absolute staple for me, this one. Had to get it on Blu-ray, and I've got to say the transfer looks amazing. It really does look great. Looks so fresh, looks so colourful, and yeah, just absolutely pops. And yeah, it's a movie that still holds up as well. It's a wonderful film. Probably my favourite musical as well, to be honest. So yeah, that is South Park, Bigger, Longer and Uncut. Picked up another movie as well from the early 90s on Blu-ray. Had this on DVD. Only seen it for the first time a couple of years ago, and it's just a really, really great movie that I enjoy quite a bit. Sort of falls into the sort of same category as like Goonies and Monster Squad, those types of movies. So I picked up The Sandlot. Wonderful cast of characters in this film. Great story, great premise. And yeah, it's one worth checking out if you like your sort of baseball movies and your coming of age movies. It's wonderful. And yeah, just had a great time with it. So yeah, that is The Sandlot. Next I picked up two movies that are just childhood classics for me. I love them so much. Got them in this little set here. And I'm looking forward to the new series of Wednesday that's going to be coming out soon. So I picked up the 2-pack of The Addams Family and The Addams Family Values. Yeah, I love these movies. They're a lot of fun. My favourite is the second one. Hands down, I just enjoy the characters in that movie a lot more. And yeah, I just think there's parts of it watching it back now as an adult that just crack me up. But yeah, they're just superb, fun little movies. So I thought I'd pick this set up in time for the Wednesday series that's coming, and yeah, just give them a rewatch. And yeah, so much fun. Really, really adore these films. Picked up another movie that came out a couple of years ago with Vince Vaughn, and I was dying to see this, but it didn't get a Blu-ray release over here in the UK, so I got this on import, and it is Freaky. Yeah, just a fun movie. It's pretty much Freaky Friday, but with an 18 rating, and it ends at 18 rating, shall we say. There's a scene in this movie as well that I thought I was watching the movie and I thought, oh god, is this gonna go where it goes? And it goes there, and I was like, wow, okay. I was just taken aback. I didn't think the characters would do that, but yeah, and yeah, it was just funny. It put a smile on my face. It made me giggle, and yeah, just had a fun time with this film. Yeah, just really enjoyed it. So yeah, that is Freaky. Next I picked up a movie I'd heard about, and this was based on a true story, this one, and I thought I'd check this movie out. This was about £3 on HMV, so I picked this up, and it is Christine. This is not the John Carpenter film based on the Stephen King novel, but yeah, this movie has the same title, and I was just captivated by the story of this one because I'd heard about it. It's pretty much about this newscaster who committed suicide and shot herself on live television, and I've seen the real footage as well. But yeah, it was quite an interesting story, to say the least, and definitely worth checking out. It's not a movie you'd rewatch a hell of a lot. I'll say that about it, but it's definitely worth a one-time watch. And I just thought it was a great film. The acting in it is just absolutely wonderful. So yeah, that is Christine. Next, I picked up a Jackie Chan movie, one of his more recent movies, and I've got to say this was a great revenge film. We've got The Foreigner. Again, I don't think this got a Blu-ray release over here in the UK, so I think I had to get this on import. And yeah, just what a great film about this. Jackie Chan, who plays this father whose daughter is killed, and he's just trying to find answers and trying to find the people responsible. And you know, at Jackie Chan's age of making this, he's still got it. He's still got the moves. He can still, you know, deliver in that sort of visual entertainment martial arts, shall we say, and the stunts that he does, he can still pull them off. It looks great, and yeah, I just had a fantastic time with this movie. Pierce Brosnan's in this as well, sort of as this villain, shall we say, and yeah, I had a great time with it. So yeah, that is The Foreigner. Next I picked up a movie I've not seen, but I got this on the Mubi label, or the Mubi label as it's called, Shiva Baby. I did actually order this back in July, but it took forever to come, so it came this August, and yeah, just I heard good things about it, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. So yeah, that is Shiva Baby. Next I picked up two slashers from a franchise, and the second movie in this franchise I had so much fun with. I just thought it was just wonderful. No pun intended, cheesy camp fun. So I picked up Sleepaway Camp 2 and Sleepaway Camp 3 off the 88 Films label, and yeah, I really like the first movie. You know, as flawed as it is and as hokey as the plot and the acting is, the ending's the saving grace of that movie, and I adore the ending to Sleepaway Camp. So I thought I'd check out the sequels as well. Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers, I had so much fun with. This was just right up my street in terms of slasher movies. It was silly, it was hokey, it was just over the top fun, and I just really, really enjoyed it. The third one sort of follows in that same vein, but the quality just isn't there for the hokiness, and well, it is quite hokey, and it's just not as likeable as 2, if I'm honest. But I'm still glad I watched it, still glad I picked it up, and I just had a fun time with these movies. So yeah, that is Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. Picked up another staple from my childhood actually. I was sort of inspired to pick this up from watching The Addams Family, and it's another movie with Christina Ricci as well. So picked up Casper. Yeah, I love this movie as a kid. It doesn't really hold up for me as much as I'd like it to nowadays. I think the cracks in this movie certainly show a lot more now I'm an adult. But yeah, it's still fun. It's still enjoyable. This is probably one of the best movies from the 90s to get CGI right. The CGI in this movie is a lot of fun, and I still think it holds up quite well, to be honest. But apart from that, yeah, it is what it is. It's a fun kids movie, and I still enjoy it for what it is. So yeah, that is Casper. Another kids movie I picked up here, another staple from my childhood, and I'm not going to watch this one yet. I have seen it before, obviously hundreds of times, but yeah, it's one from my childhood. There's a sequel coming out quite soon, I think on Disney Plus, and yeah, I picked this up in time for Halloween because I'm probably going to watch it then. Picked up Hocus Pocus. Yeah, this is another fun movie from my childhood. I absolutely adore. The recorded copy I had of this off TV cut out a hanging scene at the beginning of the movie. I don't really know why, but yeah, it's good to get the full cut version now. And yeah, just gonna check this one out at Halloween and see if it still holds up. From what I remember, really like this movie. So yeah, that is Hocus Pocus. Picked up a movie as well that came out this year. As far as I'm aware, there's still no actual physical release date for this movie, and I had a blast with it, but I've not had the urge to go back and rewatch it just yet. But yeah, I had fun with this movie. So it is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I thought I'd pick up the imported Blu-ray of it because, like I said, there's just really no sign of this coming out yet at the time of filming. But yeah, I have it on Blu-ray now, and yeah, just think it's a good fun film. Just absolutely cracking. Just this movie's energy is just off the charts, and yeah, it's so much fun. You just really get lost in this movie and have a great time with it. One of the best of the year for me so far. So yeah, that is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Next I picked up The French Dispatch from Wes Anderson, and I was a little disappointed with this one, to be honest. I thought visually it looks great. You can tell it's a Wes Anderson movie right off the bat. Everything's there, you know, the framing, the symmetry, it's all there. But I just couldn't relate to anything that was going on in this movie. Couldn't relate to the cast of characters. Couldn't relate to any of the stories going on. I just thought visually it was a treat, but apart from that, I didn't really get much else out of this film. But yeah, I might give it a go back and rewatch it someday. But yeah, that is The French Dispatch. And talking of films I just couldn't get into, and it's a shame because this director's made some great movies and he's getting on now. But yeah, this was a bit of a disappointment. Picked up Clint Eastwood's Cry Macho on Blu-ray, and yeah, it was just I couldn't relate or click with anything going on in this film, to be honest. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. It's not the worst thing ever, but yeah, I just think, you know, this movie just didn't really work for me, shall we say. But yeah, I don't want to put people off. You know, if you want to check this movie out, please do. But for me, it was just disappointment, because I think as one prior to this, The Mule, I just enjoyed that film so much, and this for me was just a bit of a nosedive in terms of quality. But yeah, still going to keep it though. So yeah, that is Cry Macho. So yeah, that pretty much brings us to a close with the Blu-rays. So, oh, no, it's a lie. I did actually pick up 3 titles from Second Sight on Blu-ray, and one of these is a boutique label. So yeah, these 3 are Second Sight titles. So quickly going to run through these. Picked up The Changeling with George C. Scott. Watched this the other day. Had a great time with it. It was a slow burn, shall we say. I wasn't expecting it to be as as subtle as it was. I thought it was going to be like an over-the-top horror film, but it's far from that. But yeah, it's very atmospheric, and yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. So yeah, that is The Changeling. Also from Second Sight, I picked up Extro. Heard some interesting things about this film, to say the least, and I watched it, had a really good time with it, to be honest. Solid 6 out of 10. Didn't think it was awful. Got some great effects in there, and yeah, simple story. So about this guy who's gone missing, and he ends up sort of coming back, but he's got this sort of agenda, shall we say. And yeah, I just enjoyed it for what it was. Like I said, some great special effects, and yeah, it was just fun. So it was Extra. And this is the last Blu-ray I picked up this month, and it's a boutique label. And I watched this movie last night, and it still holds up for me, based on a true story as well. So I picked up from Second Sight on Blu-ray Monster in this nice box set. The channel Bumpers Movies did a absolutely cracking job of an unboxing of this set, so I'll leave a link in the description to that video, so if you want to check that out, please do. He did an absolutely fantastic job showcasing this set and everything that you get inside. And yeah, I watched the movie last night, and holds up very well. Another Christina Ricci movie as well, and yeah, I just have it's a good solid movie, this one, with an excellent, and I mean excellent, performance from Charlize Theron. Yeah, she just vanishes in this movie and just becomes Eileen Wuornos, shall we say, and yeah, she just absolutely nails the role. But yeah, it's a sad and it's a tragic story to behold. It's just absolute shame with what happened in this woman's life to lead her to do what she did. But yeah, it's a wonderful film. It's worth checking out, from Patty Jenkins. So yeah, that is Monster. So yeah, that brings us to a close with the Blu-rays. So I picked up 5 4K titles this month, so I'll get into those now. So yeah, the first one I picked up was a movie I was looking for on Blu-ray, and I couldn't really get hold of it anywhere. I saw it at the cinema, I remember liking it, and the 4K was on Amazon for about £6. So I was like, £6 for a 4K. I can't turn my nose up at that. So I picked up The Spy Who Dumped Me. Not a great movie, but I do remember liking this at the cinema and just having a fun time with it. And I thought, you know what, £6 on 4K, you can't really go wrong. So I picked that up and just added it to the collection, because I just thought, why not? That's really only the reason why I picked it up. So yeah, that is The Spy Who Dumped Me. Picked up a new release as well from Paramount, and I had fun with this movie. It wasn't great. I expected just a little bit more from it, to be honest, but I had fun with it, to say the least. So I picked up The Lost City with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. I didn't know that this didn't come with the Blu-ray, but I guess Paramount are just doing that now these days, putting these 4K releases out without the Blu-ray, because they did it with the new Scream film that came out this year, and I just get a bit disappointed. I know it's not the end of the world, but it's just a bit of a letdown that the Blu-ray doesn't come with the 4K, in my opinion. But yeah, just be wary of that. And yeah, I just thought, you know, it was a fun movie. The 4K looks great, to be honest. It does look wonderful. But yeah, just thought it was okay in terms of quality. And yeah, I just had a fun time with it. So yeah, that is The Lost City. Next, I picked up 3 boutique titles, I should say. This is a second sight release from 4K, and every man and his dog, no pun intended, has pretty much picked this title up. There's hordes and hordes of unboxings out there. So I picked up Dog Soldiers on Second Sight from Second Sight on 4K in this lovely set. And yeah, it's a movie I've seen a long time ago, but I don't remember liking it all that much, to be honest. But I thought I'd give it another go. I'll pick up the box set. The box set looks stunning, and I'll give the movie another go and see what it's like. Maybe I'm missing something, because everyone seems to really like this movie, particularly its characters. Maybe I was just missing something and I just couldn't click with them on the first time. So hopefully on the second time I'll get something more out of this movie. So yeah, that is Dog Soldiers on 4K. I picked this title up next from HMV. This is on the Arrow label. This was £45 on Amazon, and I had a look on HMV and it was £25. So I couldn't say no to this. So I picked up on 4K the Donnie Darko Arrow box set, which comes with this beefy booklet as well and a poster. And yeah, this is a movie I've heard that just absolutely divides people. People either love it or hate it, and for me, it's one I found myself being in both categories at some point. I hated it the first time I watched it, couldn't get it at all. Something drew me back to it though. I don't know what it was, and I gave it a second watch. And on that second watch, my opinion completely changed. I just enjoyed this movie so much more, and yeah, just had a great time with it. The cast in this movie is just phenomenal. You know, from Jake Gyllenhaal, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Drew Barrymore, Patrick Swayze. It's just a wonderful cast in this movie, and it's not for everyone. I don't think it is. I think that's fair to say. But for me, I dug in, just had a great time with it. So yeah, that is Donnie Darko. And the last 4K I picked up this month was one that went like hotcakes, shall we say. The first run of this sold out completely, and I was absolutely gutted because there was just nothing in terms of awareness of this release coming out. And I saw it was on Amazon, it'd come back on. I immediately added it to my basket, bought it, went back to have a look, it had sold out. So I was just over the moon that I managed to pick it up. So we picked up Event Horizon on 4K in this lovely edition from Paramount. And yeah, I enjoy this movie. I have a good time with it. I'm yet to check it out on 4K though. Had the DVD of it for the longest time, and just thought, yeah, why not? I'll pick up the 4K while it is available for that short time. And yeah, just lucky to bag this one. Great cast in this movie as well. Great sci-fi movie. One of the best horror sci-fi movies ever. Just blends the two perfectly for me. And yeah, the only thing I can say about it really is it's a shame we'll never get the director's intended cut of the movie, because that footage I heard just absolutely pushed some boundaries with its gore. And yeah, I just think it's either lost or destroyed now, unfortunately. So we'll never really get to see it. But yeah, from what we do see, it's great. It's a fun time, and it's just an awesome movie with an awesome cast, and yeah, just have a wonderful time with it. So yeah, that is Event Horizon on 4K. So yeah, those are all of my Blu-ray and 4K pickups for the month of August 2022. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the video there, guys, and say thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.